Okay, I have had a couple of requests since Janae put out a Fair Isle hat from Smitten Kittens, and it's a really pretty hat, and I decided I was going to do it, but I was going to do it with a darker tone and a lighter tone, 2 variegated yarns. Okay, and she gave me permission to kind of use her pattern but not show the graph, to show you how to do color working. Okay, how to do Fair Isle color works, that kind of thing. I thought I had a graphing system, and I do. It's usually on single patterns. I don't have an actual book with graphing in it, but you'll get a picture, and it has different colors showing up in different squares. Okay, and that's how hers shows up in different squares. And I like to do shorthand, okay, because I'm just using 2 colors. But if you're using more than that, you'll want to follow her graph more carefully. Okay, but I'm using just 2 colors. I'm using dark variegated and light variegated. All right, and there's a few ways you can do a Fair Isle in Colorworks, okay? And there's always an easy way, and there's always a harder way, and the harder way gives you better quality than the easy way, okay? There's a floater, and then there's the weaving in as you go, okay? So I'm going to kind of show you what I have. Now, what I do if I'm using just 2 colors, I put in a shorthand, because every comma and number says you're switching, okay? So like 4 1 4 1 4 1. I'm going to knit 4 in the dark, knit 1 in the light, knit 4 in the dark, knit 1 in the light, okay? But if you're good with the graphing, that's what it's showing. It's showing 4 dark squares, 1 light square, 4 dark squares, 1 light square, 4 dark squares, 1 light square. Okay, that's what it's going to show up. All right, but I like to kind of pre-write a shortcut so that I don't, because I don't ever print these up, but it would probably be best to print it up anyway. But it kind of gives me that, and what I did was I actually marked where the beginning of a new set is all the way around. Like I marked it out 16 stitches all the way around, so that if I'm in the middle of a set and I have to drop what I'm doing to go deal with the kids, I have my little cheat sheet here, and I see that I'm on a set, and I can kind of gauge where that is. Okay, so that's how you can pick up with where you're at on that. I'm going to show you how to start with the floater system, okay, and then I'm going to show you how to do the weaving system. And for this, I've used the weaving system, and as you can see, it looks very clean and neat on the inside. And the reason why, and that's actually the way I've seen Janae do it, okay? The reason why I'm liking this method is you don't have a whole lot of loose stitches that can go in and affect your quality of your Fair Isle. All right, so what we want to do, I'm going to show you the floater method first, okay, with my first set, and then I'll show you the weaving method next. All right, so I have 4 and 1. All right, and I'm going to be doing that in my first set. So it starts off with my dark color, and I know what that is, okay. All right, so what I want to do is go ahead and I'm going to knit 4, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it says 1. I'm going to switch to light, and I'm going to have the light always on top. Okay, and then I'm going to knit 1. All right, then I'm going to pick up, keep the light color always on top and the dark color always on bottom. Then I'm going to go in, I'm going to knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, drop it back behind, pick up the blue, the light color, and do 1. Pick it up, because you're always going to keep that, and that keeps it from getting tangled, okay? So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to move this over and you're going to do 1. Okay, so that kind of tells you that you're going to keep one color on bottom and always to the back, and other color front and top always that way. Okay, now that is the floater method, and as you can see, you have these long floats. That's going to change the way stitches sit. Alright, and I don't like that. Okay, so in this next method I'm going to show you is called what I'm going to call a weaving method as you go. Okay, so I need to do for dark. So what I want to do is I want to knit the dark, and then I want to take that color underneath. So I want to take the other color underneath and then bring the color underneath again, so you crossed it, and then you want to take it back the other direction and cross it. So you're going to keep crossing them, and what that's going to do is create it to where you don't have these straggler ones. Okay, so you've done 4, and then you go in and you do 1 light color. Okay, so then you're going to take it, crisscross it underneath, then take it and cross it back this direction, and then take and cross it back the other direction. And it works even better when you're doing this kind of color works where it's longer in between. And the thing is, well, you may think you'll see it when you do this weaving method. The thing is, you actually won't. Okay, and the reason being is this crossover method is in those bridge areas, not the actual stitch areas. Okay, and that changes things up a lot. Okay, then we're going to go in and do our light colored. Okay, and then we're going to go in and cross under and do our dark color, because we're doing 4, 1, 4, 1. Okay, we're going to cross that up under and over and knit it over. Then we're going to take it back, and so you're going to weave it back and forth so that you shouldn't have any tangles that happen. Okay, and 4, and then knit 1. Okay, and then you're going to go over and then take it up under and over to there, and then take it back around and then take it back under and over. Alright, and that is how you do the weaving method. And you see, you don't have all these straggler ends, and it's very clean and neat. See how neat and clean that is? Okay, that is how you go in and you do the weaving method. But I mean, the weaving method, you can get to a point where you feel like you're getting all twisted. You can just do, and you can get yourself untwisted, okay, if you feel like you're doing that. But the weaving method is going to keep it very nice and neat and clean compared to doing the loose end method where you have the word escaped me, of course, where you have all these loose strands sitting behind, and things can catch on them and change the stitching and everything. And as you can see, here's my stitch work, nice and neat. Okay, and this is a knit purl. And what I like to do with that one is when I'm working them, I like to have my purl color in front of the loom and my darker color, my knit color inside the loom when I'm working them. I usually work them and put them in that order. So that makes it a little easier. Okay. It makes it, those are things that'll make it easier. Okay. So marking off your sets, starting where the beginning of the set's supposed to be. If you go in and you mark off the beginning of your sets, you'll have an easier time when, if you have to put this down because it's so intense on trying to figure out and keep up with where your colors are, you can write a cheat down like I've done here. That works really well. But those are two options where you have a looser strand that just goes back and you're just making sure that you have the correct amount and that kind of thing. So that is how you do color works.